Alright, so Yooka-Laylee, here we go. Yooka-Laylee. This is the original Yooka-Laylee, obviously. Totes ob, as they say. This is also, I'm playing this on Xbox, just jumping over from one to the other. I did consider playing the Switch version, but the Switch version is different a little bit. It's a little bit changed up, not in the game itself, but like in bushes. The bushes are different. I usually play the game on a Switch these days, but I'm going to go back to the Xbox One version here. Yeah, the pages don't dance anymore, which is, it's really upset. Yeah, they had to take out that line about the pages dancing too. So, hey, I got Bendy for Main Adventure. Oh, it's nice. Everybody's favorite Yooka-Laylee character is Bendy, and I don't want to hear otherwise. Anyway, I love the setup here. We'll do file 3. No, we don't do file 2. Obviously, this is styled after the Banjo-Kazooie intro, which shows Banjo and Kazooie in their house, going about different tasks, like playing the Game Boy or cooking on the stove or whatever. This is around Shipwreck Creek, so let's get started. See, they don't dance anymore, and I don't like that. I mean, I understand I guess they wanted it consistent all the way around, and it's kind of like an Smash Brothers for Nintendo 3DS situation, where if you can't have the ice climbers in that, you can't have it in the Wii U version. But don't appreciate it, don't like it. Be betters. Alright, so we're gonna watch the intro, because I don't like skipping over cinematics. So here we have Hybrid Towers. That's how pockmarked capital D is. I have to say, I really love Capital D's Impossible Lair uniform, and I don't care for his original suit anymore. I think the more he strays from being just a businessman, the more interesting he becomes. But I thought the same thing about K. Rool and him being a king. By the way, how's the audio balance on Yooka-Laylee? Let us know so I can adjust it right now. Game audio just a tad high. Okay. I'll change that when the intro's done.
Yeah, I like the Impossible Lair outfit better, partially because the cape in Yooka-Laylee is a lot of like slipping once in a while with the arms and the capes.
A gorgeous game though when you consider it's an indie game that didn't have the budget that something like a Nuts and Bolts would have, and they made that money go a long ways. It's remarkable.
Yeah, with budget and team size, it's
yeah.
a really impressive looking game. It's definitely not like perfect. It's a lot of like parts where it shows its cracks, but I think they nailed it by the time they get to Impossible Layer. They've like really improved.
The fact that they tried to do a 3D platformer and did do a 3D platformer right out of the gate, I still like, that's the audacity of that. That's so like challenging to do when you have basically the resources of a startup, you know?
Well, hold on, this cutscene, there's a like Patreon reward right there. I want a physical Pants magazine shipped to my house. Like the Pants magazine that's on the rock there.
Now, it's my fan that's Mr. Pants' catalog.
Okay, yeah.
His monthly catalog.
Yeah, Given is also complained about the game audio. We're gonna change that as soon as the cutscene's over.
Yeah. Usually my problem is when the pages stick together.
I get it.
Right? Okay, now I can move, so let me...
Amazing DJ Dustin in the chat. Hi, Dustin. I'm speaking slightly louder because I don't know about the mixing of the audio.
Alright, how's that? Is that better? That should be better. Oh, I don't have any moves yet, right?
And Sean says audio's better already. Jeff says much better. Well, which is it? Is it better or is it much better? Come on, chat, make up your minds.
Talk to Trouser.
And Gibbon says yeah. And inclusive yeah. Inclusive or.
So Trouser is the filthiest fucking joke. Like, right out of the gate, we have a giant penis joke right here. Because he's Trouser Snake,
He's
right?
the best, yeah. He's the best character.
And he's got the big Zach Morris phone. And,
so, isn't the story, they have the design first and the name came later?
I think they just couldn't help them. They're a lot like me in that they can't help themselves when it just falls in... No pun intended, it falls into their lap, and they're like, oh, we shouldn't do it, we shouldn't do it, we shouldn't do it, and it ultimately gets done. But name aside, Trouser is a really great character. He's scummy, and he's scummy in the way that, like, a Banjo or Conker character would be scummy, like a side character. It's a little bit like Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad. He's tacky, he's pathetic, but he also is good at what he does.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, the physical design is already so compelling. It's like, what if, like, the snake goes through two different legs of the pants? That's so funny. And then when someone sees that design and says, oh, like a trouser snake, we'll call him Trouser. Once that idea has been said, it's been put out into the ether, you can't just...
Yeah.
You can't ignore it. That's just the name it's gotta be now.
Alright.
Is that Dean Wilson, is the voice? Is that, am I...
You know what, I want to say yes, it is.
I think Dean Wilson is the voice of Trouser. Yeah, Cameron says it is. Yeah.
So now here we have those barrels. If you've been waiting for barrels on this stream, here's your barrels.
We're gonna have barrels on every single game today.
Take a shot every time you see barrels on DK Bank's Not E3 Stream-A-Ganza Day 1, so long as, you know, you are home or have a designated driver. Get over here, you barrel. I'm gonna break ya.
Ganza.
What did I say?
You always say Ganza.
Okay, Tony Danza, Ganza. Got it.
And also, you tweeted Stream-A-Ganza, but I think in the Patreon post you called it Stream-A-Palooza. So you did Palooza somewhere. And my brain was just, it was very difficult to reconcile these two continuities.
I'm tasty butterfly energy. Eat me with B to regain health. I love the ecstatic thrill. Like, they're for enthusiasts, these butterflies. And, you know, you might like, well, I don't want to eat these butterflies, but they want it so badly.
Sean says...
I love...
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. I just wanted to say I love how everything can be moved. That's the first thing that, like, jumped out at me was how, like, interactable, destructible this world was. Like, you can just, like, kick things and they just bounce. So here's the Batship Crazy, which is the home of Yooka-Laylee with this mysterious pirate ship. How did the pirate ship get all the way up here? I don't know. Hey, so this is only the second stream today that's had a pirate ship, right? But there will be more. But you can, yeah, you can get on the wheel, and it's like, am I playing Sea of Thieves? Am I playing Yooka-Laylee? What am I doing? I do wish this worked, though. I wish you could, like, look through the spyglass and look up there. That would be a cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Sean had pointed out that when you relation to how every game has a barrel, is when are we gonna get a game that stars a barrel? Missed opportunity. I wanted to point out in response to that in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, the remake of Crash Team Racing, in the myriad of like 50 plus playable characters, they made a crate playable. And you can unlock different skins to make it the various different kinds of crates. And in Crash Bandicoot, crates function like barrels in Donkey Kong. Like, you've got checkpoint crates, you've got TNT crates, you've got steel crates, wood crates. So...
Where's the map table? What?
I want one of those, except it's a Donkey Kong racing game, and it's a playable barrel. I want it.
I know I'm just lingering out here. This isn't going to be like a very far speed run, but look at the detail here. Look how Laylee has her little setup underneath. Hold on.
Well, I think
there we go.
the benefit of the Crash style was that because every playable character has like multiple skins, you can make it the different ones. So if it was a barrel, you would want regular barrel, TNT barrel, steel barrel. So I think instead of a Belcha, it would be more like maybe a clobber. So you could have regular clobber, TNT clobber, like yellow, gray. I don't know. You'd have to get creative with it. Maybe it's just a clobber, but in different kinds of barrels. You could have checkpoint clobber, like clobbers that have never even existed. Vine
so
barrel.
You can read the back of the paint can. It says, "Do not drink, do not use for." Oh, let me get closer.
Do not use for entertaining the chat on stream.
Do not paint. Do not mix with single color. Do not for internal use. Do not apply to butt. Is that what it says?
But what?
Yeah.
But what?
Were
they trying to say Buttercup, the character from Bleeding Edge?
Oh God, I hate Buttercup. Buttercup kept killing me.
That's Dustin Jackson's favorite character.
Anyway, yeah, there's just so much little detail here, and it really, like, Playtonic continues the tradition of just loading their games with detail that doesn't need to be there, right? All right, I should probably get going. I could keep collecting quills out here, but well, I'll get this one. It's right on the way. But and then, of course, Blasto and Kabloomy are up there too, but I don't think I can reach them yet. I think I have to have the. And here's where they sleep. Here's the Pants magazine.
I want to say that I do think my favorite part of this is that right out the gate, their home base is a pirate ship. Yeah. It's just, as the DKU fan of me, it's just, I'm all about pirates and just having that pirate
Pirates
element.
and barrels, and there's always that element. And I'll get this one too. They're just right here, man. They're just right here. It is like that thematic unity across the collective of Rare to Playtonic, and, you know, a lot of the people who worked on Donkey Kong Country games work for Playtonic now. A lot of people who worked on the Banjo games work for Playtonic now. So it's, you know, makes sense. Makes sense. They still like the same things. But it also works if you consider it a shared universe.
And probably the best gag in Yooka-Laylee or in Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair, the best gag in either game is that Laylee has a giant beach towel and Yooka has a tiny little towel. That's fucking hilarious.
I mean, that communicates everything you need to know about their personalities. Aside from just doing the one-to-one Banjo-Kazooie comparisons, which they really start getting away from Impossible Lair. I feel like Impossible Lair adds so much more depth to them as like individuals, where I no longer see Banjo and Kazooie when I look at Yooka-Laylee, which is ultimately, you know, beneficial. I understand why they had to keep Hugh so closely with this game, since that's what it was billed as, was a spiritual successor, an unofficial sequel, but now it really feels like they and their own corner of the world feel so much more their own.
If I could be critical, though, at all for a minute...
Oh, Jeff.
I still think that Yooka, as a character design, is just missing, like, one defining article of clothing. I think it's a bad... I don't know, I just don't like it.
Well, he subscribes to Mr. Pants catalog, so he's thinking about it. He's window shopping, but don't rush him.
I think like a, you know, like a cowboy, like, what do you call that? Like a handkerchief around the neck. Maybe a purple, or not a purple, maybe an orange handkerchief around the neck or something. Anything at all. Just one piece of clothing. Put some pants on it. Why a handkerchief? It's just one idea, Hyle. It could be anything. That's not the point.
Why not pants?
All right, pants.
Why do you want to see... Okay, why do you want to see an unpants chameleon so badly, Jeff?
I don't. That's my complaint, is that it's too naked. You're the one who is okay with naked.
So I can break that barrier there, or I can just... Oh, wait, well, I was going to just kick it, but then the camera went zoop.
There's also, I will say, there's also something very pleasing about the fact that Laylee doesn't hide in a backpack 90% of the time, like, except when you're doing a move.
Or
it's Laylee and
I was gonna say, when does Laylee hide in
a
a backpack? So you're saying 10% of the time Laylee is in a backpack?
No, I'm saying Kazooie is not on camera a lot of the time, and with Yooka and Laylee, both of them are on camera all the time, and it definitely ups the duo faction. Like, in Smash Brothers, people say, I'm so glad they finally added Banjo to Smash. And they don't even say the word Kazooie. And I'm like, well, she's there. And if Yooka and Laylee were in Smash, they would not say they added Yooka.
I was going to kick it, but I broke it.
They wouldn't say, finally, Yooka is in Smash. They would say, Yooka-Laylee are in Smash.
I do like that the corplets, those little baddies right there, they're not in the levels of Impossible Lair, but they do appear on the overworld. I like that they came back for that. Here, I'll kick that one. See, you can just kick it, you can shove it around, and it just moves. I can move it as far as I could get it, and that would be a fun stream.
Is this game in,
I just kicked it in the sludge.
Like Unreal or Unity? Or did they make their own engine?
No, it's in an engine. I forget which one it is, but look, I kicked it in a sludge. Could I step on it then? Could I step on it then? Yeah! Oh, I just created a platform in a sludge. That's awesome. I've never done that before.
Basically, you're Squitter now. Good job.
I just squittered it all up.
And the chat is pointing out it's Unity. The game's made in Unity.
Unity, okay. I always forget, because they both start with U. So it's like a fungus forest, fungi forest situation.
My brain was like, no, they don't. My brain was like, one is you and one is They're different sounds. Unreal, Unity, like they're, I don't know. My brain is broken.
Yeah.
Gibbon says that's the GoldenEye camera. I see the Time Splitters camera when I look at that.
I see the camera I made porn with in college. I don't know what I'm saying.
You made porn with a security camera? That's baller.
Yeah. Look, in the mid 2000s, that was hot for like a brief second.
Where can I buy your bathwater?
Man on camera action. That's gonna be a Patreon tier later in the year. I just need to clean my bathtub first because I want it to be pure, unadulterated me in there and not like brine or anything else.
I like green sludge. I don't know if I've said that before, ever.
You've never said that to me, Jeff.
I don't think I've said it to anyone. But I think that green sludge is as just an atmospheric element of a level, but also a gameplay element because it kills you. It always is good. It's good in DKC2, and it's good in Crash Bandicoot when they did it, and it's good in Yooka-Laylee. Cameron says, green sludge is Bowser's bathwater.
I was like, should have given a shout out to Grant Kirkhope's score in this game, which honestly, having sat with this game for a couple years now, I feel like it's just as memorable as Banjo-Kazooie to me. Not as iconic, because obviously it doesn't have 20 plus years behind it, but it definitely gets earwormy, and I can call it up in my brain whenever I want, and I hear this music. So Grant Kirkhope has not lost his touch. I wish you could kick this around a little bit. This little quack statue. But here's the thing, though. Like, why? Quack's not an idiot, right? He's not stupid or dumb. Why does he write Vice President like he's got a lemonade stand? Like, why is he running it like he's 4?
Well, Stephen King wrote the novel Pet Sematary, and he knows how to spell. He still spelled cemetery wrong.
Oh, okay. That explains it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I've got an answer for
I mean, judging from what we learn at the end of the game, spoilers, I think Quack is maybe like playing up he's purposely seeming less with it than he is because he's conning capital B. But
or it could be the case that he is rewarded less by capital B for appearing smart. Like capital B would be intimidated if he appeared smart, and he would like punish him for it in you know subconscious ways. And so he's like, oh, when you hang out with, kind of like if you were a subordinate of the President of the United States, you probably wouldn't want to like seem smart or correct him at anything. We're not gonna go there. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
No, let's not go there. Let's not. This is a happy space, Jeff. We are in the DK Vine quarantine zone right now. This is a happy space.
Yeah, and
so let's
plus,
talk about
one of us here is not even American. They wouldn't know who I'm talking about.
Oh, is Shane still here?
Nice pagey you get. Okay, so if you don't get it within 72 hours, go to Sea of Thieves support website and file a support ticket.
Okay, thanks
and
for that.
And they're
info,
usually
Jeff.
very responsive, so you should be able to get it.
Can we talk about the pages really quick? So what do you think about pages as collectibles?
I don't...
As the Jiggy replacement.
I think they, in a vacuum, are just fine or whatever, but I think it's the fact that everything in the game built themselves around that theme makes it work really well for me. The fact that it's the quills
better
as
than Banjo, yeah.
You have quills, pages, and then books as like this small, medium, large like concept, and it works well.
And I don't. Yeah, they are. It's a good design. It's a satisfying design because look at that wiggle. Look at that wiggle, man.
Well, and
I
like that they're all animate. It's not like, hey, I'm Mr. Jiggy, I can talk to you once, and then the rest of the time it just seems like I'm a gold object.
I love Banjo-Kazooie. It's in my top 4 games of all time. And I recognize Yooka-Laylee's, the original Yooka-Laylee's flaws, right? But I will say Yooka-Laylee does a lot of things better than Banjo-Kazooie. And that thematic unity is definitely one of them. Not Unity, the software tool, but the you know, just the cohesiveness of this environment, this world. I feel like it's thought out a little bit more, where Banjo-Kazooie kind of felt a little bit more haphazard.
Well, I feel like with Banjo, it was kind of created like piece by piece to solve a problem as it came up, and like discovering what the kind of game it was meant to be, and just kind of became what it is. But with Yooka-Laylee, they knew from the start, all right, we have like 90% of the foundation of how this is going to work. It's just going to work like Banjo. So thematically, we can come up with a buddy duo whose abilities all make sense, like having bat and chameleon abilities, like that is really clever. But it's because you already have the groundwork of knowing like this is going to be a platformer that's structured this way. So we know, and then like, having the pages and everything, the world structure, it all comes from the fact that the gameplay foundation is all figured out for you, and so you can spend all your time thinking about, well, how do we build a lore and narrative foundation around that? And so they had a leg up, but they definitely did a good job of it.
And you know, I would say the controls of Yooka-Laylee, oh my, perfect. This game feels so much better. If you go back and try to play Banjo now, it feels clunky compared to this. This is so smooth. This is some of the best play control I've ever had in a 3D platformer. And I'm factoring in Odyssey there too, because I have played a little bit of Odyssey.
Odyssey and this I would both hold up as modern examples of incredibly satisfying physical character control and movement and abilities.
Look at his little strut. Look at his little strut. I love it. They are endearing characters, and especially after Impossible Lair more so. Also, I like how they have if you touch the D-pad, they do their little celebrations. I think this was a Gavin Price idea, that instead of having an animation for whenever they screw up or celebrate, then it's up to the player when you want to use those, which I thought was clever. These signs were not here when the game launched. This was added after so many people complained.
I was going to say, I don't recognize the signs at all.
Yeah, these were added in I think the first big update to the game, where they people complained that it was easy to get lost in Highbury Towers, so they added those signs to show you, like, hey, the first world is up here.
It might be the case that I have not played Yooka-Laylee since before their first update to the game.
Oh my god, it's so much. It is improved.
I have been thinking about it a lot. Like, maybe for a whole year, I've been having this background thought of, like, I should really replay Yooka-Laylee. And then I just haven't had the time. Or I guess I've had the time, but I've just found other ways to use the time. But this is definitely whetting the appetite.
It wets it with an H. There's an H in there.
It wets it.
W-H-E-T-T-I-N-G.
I think it's 3 T's, actually.
3 T's. T-T-T. He's going to be in Diddy Kong Racing
Trophy, Thomas.
Oh, no, you went for the band.
It's after you've got the trophies, then you have to get the trophies, which are the trophies that the trophies want to try.
But yeah, this is so much more clever than jigsaw pieces, going into a portrait that unlocks a world that has actually no relation to the puzzle. Besides, the puzzle shows you can unlock the world.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think the puzzle pieces themselves are a clever... Because in Mario, it's just like, collect the power stars, and if you get enough, you go to a new world. And puzzle pieces that build a world is clever. You get a collection of, like, whatever it is, like, you've got 10. 10 is enough to fill in the puzzle. You get the next world, and that's, I think, equally as clever. But what makes this nice is how much they've permeated that through all of the lore. The book, the pages, the quills.
Look, Jeff, I think we can both agree that Mario should just die already.
No, Odyssey is better than this or Band. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to say that.
Don't say that on a DK Vine stream.
No, I wouldn't say it.
I missed the dancing pages. Damn it. And the...
Yeah, onlyfans.com/me, Jeff. I'm him. If you get there...
Is that related to farmersonly.com?
You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
Farmersonly.com.
You know when they say in the commercial, they say, city folk just don't get it. You know that part?
Yeah.
I think that the main thing that the city folk don't get is being comfortable peeing outside anywhere, just like at your house. That's the thing.
I don't
city
enjoy
folk.
peeing outside.
You don't have to
I
enjoy
don't enjoy
it,
peeing outside.
but you know, it's the thing city folk will never get is just thinking it's okay. They're being comfortable. I just open up my window and I'll just pee. I don't give a shit. I'll walk out the front door. Everywhere I see is a bathroom.
So this is this Norm? Is his name Norm or Normie? This is the first Ghost Rider, who are of course the Jinjo analogs, but they're given so much more lore, juicy lore than Jinjos are. Now, Jinjos have a lot of lore too. This is just me shit-talking Banjo. I love Banjo, but the Ghost Riders are tied into the concept of the Grand Tomes and all of that. So, like, they wrote the Grand Tomes.
What I like about the Ghost Riders is how each one of them has a different kind of little gameplay mini-game quirk to them. Like, one of them is you gotta find it, one of them is you gotta chase it, one of them is you gotta fight it, whatever. Right. And I like that, but then I also love the way they repurposed the kind of Ghost Quills like in Impossible Lair, where in this game they're replacing Jinjos. In Impossible Lair, they're replacing, like, Banana Sprite mini-games from the retro games. And that, I just think it's just so clever the way they've repurposed them in that way.
So this is Evie or Evadie? Sorry, I'm a little
I don't think I knew they had names.
Oh, they have names. Yeah, well, you haven't played it for a while, Jeff. So you just have to run in the opposite. You have to, like, trick her.
Oh, it's a you gotta chase it down, but yeah, you gotta trick it.
But you have to, like, run into her, like, when she's zigzagging one way. It's like that those awkward moments when you're in a hallway and somebody keeps moving the same direction you're moving. Like that. Just like that. That, you know, who's socially awkward out there? Let us know in a live stream if you're socially awkward like me. Let's go see Clara.
What about you,
Shane?
Character. Are you socially awkward? I am.
Shane's taking a bath. So Clara might be my favorite character, like NPC in Yooka-Laylee outside of Venti.
Me too.
Obviously.
Nobody's ever said that. I've never seen anyone else say that out loud, but I
say it out loud every day. I wake up in the morning and I scream,
Clara
from Yooka-Laylee!
I like skeletons. I don't know. I like Mumbo's skull face. I like Clara. I like skeleton people. I don't know.
You've cut off like half your face just because you love skeletons so much.
Yeah, I'm like that guy in Poltergeist when he's looking in the mirror and just rips his face off. And you're like, oh my god,
one day
this
that
is
will
Poltergeist.
be me.
Oh, Craig T. Nelson, help him.
So I like the implication too that she wasn't always a skeleton, that this is a recent development, and her flesh just fell off like recently, and yet she becomes best friends with the pot they stuck her in.
And the pot has a name, right? What's the pot's name?
Dingpot is from Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Potty Mouth. Potty Mouth.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
And I think Clara would make for a fine game. She's kind of like Saberman without all that ugly, like, under-the-surface British imperialism baked in. So you got, like, she could be like an adventuring skeleton or Skelly. I really want her own game, and I understand Yooka-Laylee is like the money brand, but if you could like do a spin-off like Clara from off of Yooka-Laylee, title it that, and then it's perfect. People would buy that, right?
It's like how they have to make sequels to like stuff out in the Harry Potter world and call it the Wizarding World.
From the Wizarding world
of Harry Potter.
The nice thing about Yooka-Laylee though is that it's not problematic anymore.
Don't bring we've had this one already. We've had this.
We joked about this in our Sea of Thieves stream on
We have nothing more to say about Just Kidding Rowling.
Oh, okay. You know what? I would respect her more if her name was BK Rowling.
BK Rowling, because we're playing a
BK Rowling.
Yeah, BK Rowling.
YL Rowling.
YL? Gross. Yeah, that doesn't sound like YL Rowling.
Looks like dinner's canceled. No offense to Andy Robinson, who wrote this and Impossible Layers dialogue, but Impossible Layer is much funnier than Yooka-Laylee. They didn't try to do puns as much, and they didn't like. I feel like half the humor in this game are puns, and I think he knocked it out of the park with Impossible Layer. He found just the right tone. Of course, now Daly has moved into that position at Playtonic. So our friend Daly Johnson.
You call her our friend, but she didn't even come back to watch us stream, like, their Playtonic's game. So, like, hey, she's not in the chat. I'm throwing shade.
And if you go through these, you can walk through these, and it just leads to nowhere. It's like one of those cartoons where they keep running down different doorways and come out the other door in a hallway.
Scooby-Doo doors is what, yeah.
Scooby-Doo doors.
Isn't this like sort of area where there's like a really obnoxious quill that was like
we have to expand the tome for that, but right up here is where Shovel Knight will be when we expand it. And ooh, look at that view. Ooh, vertigo. Look seriously though, look at that jungle down there. That's nice. That's sexy. That's one sexy jungle.
Donkey Kong universe games, they always come back to jungles, pirate ships, barrels.
That's kind of a universal factor, yeah. They always do, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I also think that we've evolved as a society even since 2017. So, like, I think you wouldn't see that kind of humor going forward. Even, you know, if, you know, they didn't have talent shifts behind who's writing the dialogue. I just think, like, that was, like, right on the cusp of our evolution as, like, what is acceptable, what is funny. And I think we've really moved from, like, punching down completely now as a valid form of humor.
Yeah, I feel like the trope of this cartoon character is a pig and fat. That's like the worst cartoon character. I don't like that anytime it's ever a character. And they don't come back in Impossible Layer, so there you go. But like, you can still have a cartoon character that is a pig and fat, but you don't have to make that a, like, insulting attribute that you call attention to, like, and shame them for being large.
If I can be honest,
I was thinking
just about to say.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just about to say the Knights of Hamlet are my least favorite Yooka-Laylee characters, and I would be okay if we never saw them again. I don't like pig characters. If they're not Whiz Pig, I don't tend to like them.
Bay and the Bear said they thought Knights of Hamlet could be like in an RPG. And I'm going to tell you that, honestly, I've always envisioned Knights of Hamlet being in some kind of combat strategy game where you control all four in like a maybe turn-based strategy. And yeah, so it seems like the Knights of Hamlet are a weird little, like, everyone has a different idea of what gameplay they could be because they're not obvious.
If you go back and listen to the
I love it. All right, that's it. That's like,
do you love it?
That's like Trouser the Snake as a name. You just, once you think of the idea, you have to make it. It just has to exist.
Does Vendy not appear until I
No, Vendy's around the front. You're on the side. It's on the front.
Well, fuck you, Jeff.
Well, maybe if you were in the side where Vendy was at, you would see Vendy.
There she is. There's my girl. Oh, isn't she hideous? This is a Kev Bayless design. The man who designed Diddy Kong also gave us Vendy. So
yeah, I mean, I think all of the great designers are super hit and miss. for every Diddy Kong, you've got a Vendy. For every, you know,
I do love how they've made Vendy just a meme now. That's mostly Daly's doing, but in Impossible Layer 2, just when you first meet Vendy and they just go gah, like yeah, I like that they've leaned into it and they've made it also, I think like
it's
Vendy,
probably the most upsetting character design I've seen in a video game in a number of years.
It's also interesting that Vendi is like a Ivory Towers loyalist. Like, Yooka-Laylee basically con her into thinking that they're employees, and then she's able to use them, but otherwise she wouldn't give them the time of day.
But this brings up a good topic, is the gameplay element of Tonics, of Playtonics, which I think is a huge potential step up from
look at this.
Banjo.
So here we go. This is 64-bit mode, which when it first launched, everybody complained because they said it looks like a PlayStation game. It doesn't look like an N64 game. They designed this model for Impossible Lair for one of their tonics there, and then they went back and put it in here in the most recent update just a few weeks ago, and that really helps sell it a little bit more. This looks great now. I don't know what you guys think, but
yeah, that's cool.
I
think the tonics are a great idea, and I think they're more better utilized in Impossible Lair. But I feel like if they have tonics in every single Playtonic game, I will always think it's a cool idea and something that I find compelling, of like
it does
being able to
out
tweak the
of
experience.
That the UI is not affected by 64-bit mode. So like the life bar, the energy meter, pause menu, none of that's affected. But you know what? That's a small gripe, and I don't. Life's too short. Oh, look at that's great. This is terrific here. Oh, I could watch that all day. Oh, Jeff, Sea of Thieves is canceled. We're gonna just do this all day.
Oh, that's okay. I have to take a bath anyway.
All right, we can talk to Trouser because we collected 30 quills. Yeah, see the dialogue heads don't blend into 64-bit mode, but that's a small gripe. And honestly, it's nice to have that contrast a little bit, because I think I could go mad staring at this for too long.
Like, nobody expects you to make your 64-bit mode like an actual full remake of the game. Like, that's just too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as just
filter,
a novelty,
yeah.
as just like a novel like thing, it is cool.
And replacing the Yooka-Laylee model, which is the most detailed model as far as all the characters in this game, with something more at home on the N64, I think really sells the effect as much as you need. Should I do Buddy Slam or Sonar Shot or Slurp Shot? I'll let the live stream decide. How about that?
Let us know.
How about that?
Type B in the chat for Buddy Slam. What's the other one? What's the next one? S for Sonar, and oh shit, S. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Type the full sentence in the chat what you want us to do, because we're not gonna ask you to type SS.
I think more people want to see Buddy Slam. Oh no, Dre's screaming Sonar Shot, and Sean is screaming
Sonar. S from
S-O?
Dre, I don't know which S. But Cameron and Bayan and Dustin all want Buddy Slam.
Bayan is honestly probably the biggest Yooka-Laylee fan in the chat, so I'm gonna go with Buddy Slam.
I think it was 3-2 Buddy Slam, so that seems fair.
Yeah.
It's S-O, significant other. So, I like the snake speak that is in the description on the moves, but it's weird that, well, never mind. I was gonna say it's weird that when he speaks in dialogue he doesn't do it as much, but then I watched him speak and he did do it, so
they're pretty consistent with it.
I retract my whole thing.
Like I think when it's a proper noun like Buddy Slam, they don't do it. But when it's just a word like Smash that isn't referring to the Smash Brothers franchise, then
this dude could definitely open the Chamber of Secrets, like easy peasy.
I don't. Is that a thing?
It's a dude. Fucking watch Harry Potter like a damn human being. Anyway,
is that? Okay, well, at least you're not getting me to watch Shrek.
The bad
with
guys
you three.
in Harry Potter can kind of speak in snake. It's called parcel tongue.
Oh, that's right, because they're Slytherins.
And Harry Potter also can do it. And it's the only way to get in the Chamber of Secrets is to speak in snake language.
Ah, finally. So here's what I'm gonna do real quick, because this was bugging me. I want to leave Tribal Stack Tropics real quick, and I want to get that other quill out in the statue. It was bugging me. I couldn't do it.
But you do that.
Man,
I have to pee.
so long as you do it in your bathwater, Jeff.
Well, yeah, because I'm not gonna throw money down the drain. All right, I'll be right back.
It's hard to navigate Tribal Stack Tropics when it looks shittier. I feel like... Yeah, it's weird that the scan lines, they're always more prominent in these modes than they were in real life back in the day. Like... And so Trouser was betting against them with a piece of flying parchment that they would die. We have like 13 minutes. This is definitely a preview because I will be playing Yooka-Laylee on Twitch too. Like I want to play the whole thing. And I'll go get the Pagey down on the statue. Or in the statue. Oh, now Vendy is out in Highbury Towers too. So if I got tired of this, I could just go to Vendy and be like, yo, Vendy, fix it. Which is good, which is nice. Alright. Well, I've never been out in 64-bit mode out here. Of course, I've never activated it on the Xbox either. I've only activated it on the Switch. Yeah, I have to say, like, Yooka-Laylee is a game I have great affection for. Yeah, it was critically divisive, but no, for like inaugural effort, this is a great game. And especially after the developer commentaries gave me such greater appreciation for it, which I do recommend everybody go and listen to on Playtonic's YouTube channel. Impossible Lair is a damn masterpiece. It's one of my top games of the 2010s, but Yooka-Laylee's, I love it too. Alright, so I have to get out there. There
I'm back, by the way.
Oh, that's not a Pagey, that's a, what do you call it? A power cell? What is that? Power extenders, okay. Well, I had to get it, and now I've broken the nose, and that nose will be permanently broken. Oh, well, that's just his crotch or his butt. Yeah,
I'm back.
if you look,
hear me?
Hey, Jeff.
Okay, Shane, you're still there?
How's your bath? Yeah, see, that nose is permanently broken now, so...
Good job.
Yeah, I know, I like vandalism.
It's like tearing down a Confederate statue. Just cathartic.
Yeah, exactly like that. Well, it's like tearing down a very small part of it.
I wouldn't call that very small. I mean, that thing is like 50 feet tall.
This is definitely surreal playing in this mode.
Yeah, it is. This is actually probably the first I've actually watched it. I haven't really played in the mode. It's interesting.
I haven't found enough pages because I need to get 3, and I only have 1. Womp, 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 womp. Well, I'll go back in.
Isn't there just 1 on the overworld? Have you done 0 in the... Or you probably spent the 1, and then you got another 1.
Yeah, and then yeah, so, yeah.
Cameron in the live stream chat made a really good, funny joke about getting power extenders from Tashi Station. I thought it was funny. It's from off of Star Wars.
Wait, what the? Slow down, Jeff. I've never heard of this. Is Donkey Kong in it?
Yeah, he lives on Kashyyyk.
Oh, well then why aren't we streaming Star Wars?
I don't know, you're the boss. They should put Star Wars on what I was gonna say Sea of Thieves. I meant to say Smash Brothers. They put Star Wars on Smash. I'll play as Darth Vader. I don't care.
Alright, so I think the slurp shot would have benefited me more.
Nobody voted for slurp.
That would have benefited me more, honestly. So I'm just gonna have to. Just gonna collect quills.
It was a tie between Sonar and Buddy Slam.
Oh, isn't this where the pirate treasure is? Somewhere around here?
It's around the back of that temple. I don't know where you're at. I'm always like 30 seconds behind you, but yeah, it's on this temple.
Oh yeah. The mysterious pirate treasure that we still don't know the purpose of. Essentially, this game's equivalent of Stop and Swap.
Do you think they're gonna do something with it, or do you think the point of it is to not do anything with it and just keep you guessing forever?
They added them late in Yooka-Laylee. It was like added at essentially the 11th hour because Gavin Price was like, you know what? I want more collectibles and I want something that's like super mysterious. I think the benefit now is they could do something with it. I don't know, like they're gonna have to release a sequel on like the current Nintendo generation. Because, you know, with Nintendo being the way they are, but with like Xbox, for sure, like, it doesn't matter. Eventually, your save files will carry over into the next generation, so...
I'm just thinking, like, I feel like they exist for the purpose of having something that has no purpose. Because it's like, ooh, what does it mean? It's gonna keep the fans guessing. We don't have a plan for it. It may be the case that they intentionally will do nothing with it ever.
No, I feel like they may not have a plan for it now, but they definitely will get back around to it. Like, it's definitely in their future plans to address it.
Because if I was making Yooka-Laylee after like all the Stop and Swap stuff, and like a successor to Banjo, I would put it in there.
This does not turn off.
Just to fuck with
does not turn off. Oh, I can jump over it though.
I would jump over it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then it goes slide! Ah!
Oh, are you gonna beat up Rampo? I like that part.
Rampo's not active yet. This is
you gotta expand. There's like nothing to do in this world.
That's a common complaint with the unexpanded tomes. Is that they're a little dead and really
well,
like
not all of them, but this one for sure.
Well, not as bad as Galleon Galaxy. That's.
But that was. I feel like that was the
center
point of that one. It was like the gimmick.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah.
And each one is different in as far as like what they do. Like Glitterglaze Glacier doesn't really expand anything; it just gets you access to the. It's basically another
sub-world almost. Like,
yeah, the Isometric Palace.
Yeah, and then like this one expands mostly up, and Capital Casino just kind of has these sub like hallways off the main room like that are under construction. And so it's just a bunch of self-isolated challenges you can like complete after you expand it and finish the construction.
So I'm pretty sure this Ghost Rider I have to shoot I have to like activate it with the sonar shot, and then that will make it visible, and I can collect it.
Can you do anything in this? Oh, like what? You need to unlock more moves, is what I'm understanding.
Yeah. So I'm collecting quills right now. But we're almost
awful video game.
We're like 5 minutes away from had a nightmare once where I was trying to play Yooka-Laylee and there's a timer ticking down
Oh my
because we had to
God.
do something else. Yeah, I just deja vu. I just got a serious case of deja vu
Yeah,
where I was
what a
like, oh wow,
panic.
this has happened before. Yeah.
I was kidding when I said awful video game. No one called me out, and so I feel like I have to call myself out.
Alright, that's 30 more quills, so I could go visit Trouser now.
And Bayon says, kind of hope Yooka-Laylee has a larger focus on the platforming. I would say that if you look at Banjo-Tooie as a template, it will not have a larger focus on the platforming. You will have a lot more bullshit minigames and side gameplay. Maybe a first-person
Well, I don't think we can use
shooter.
Banjo-Tooie as a comparison.
I don't know it will be... I'm just making a joke.
Oh, you're just completely unserious as a human being.
No, when have I been sincere? You know me. I'm a vocal non-fan of Banjo-Tooie, so I had to get my digs
So
in.
now I can do that. See, I can go. That's great.
How do that
That's
one
what
more
you wanna
time
see.
for me? Just one more time. Thank you. That was good.
That's my Laylee shooting out sonar impression. Yeah, it's good though as a bat that they incorporated, sonar for Laylee, because with Banjo they never had him shit in the woods. They never did it.
That's like the main thing bears do. But it's like what
Right.
what do bears do? They shit in the woods, except in the winter, because that's when they plug their butt. That's their two abilities: shit woods.
That's what
plug
hibernation means. Yeah.
Butt. Plug butt, shit woods. He doesn't do either one of them.
Anyway, yeah. So I will be playing more Yooka-Laylee in the weeks and months to come as I continue nurturing our Twitch channel and making it. Here, I'll show this off. And then you wake them up and it's like, what? And now this platform is visible. Then you have to find them because they're all hidden. Oh, it takes a while for it to beam in there. Yeah, this is, you wanted more platforming? Here you go, platforming. I like the little twinkly sound effect too. Ah! I'm terrible. I'm a fraud. Alright, I'm gonna do this before we jump over to Sea of Thieves.
You're only allowed 6 deaths, I think. The chat says so.
Well, then I use those all up in Bleeding Edge.
Why didn't the chat keep track? The chat should have been like, all right, Hyle's dead again. Like, did it on DKC.
Actually, I haven't died once here.
Yeah, it's harder in the 3D platformer.
Ow! You know what it is? It's the depth perception is off with 64-bit mode.
It's a death. You can't perceive death, and therefore you don't die as often.
No, depth.
Oh, depth. I thought you said death perception.
Depth perception. That sounds like a Stephen King novel.
Yeah, it really, yeah. I think that was that movie, the Stephen King movie with, like, Christopher Walken and Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s.
That's an 80s movie.
Shut up. It wasn't a movie. There was no depth perception film.
Alright, so that basically concludes our Yooka-Laylee section of DK Vine's Not E3 Stream-A-Ganza. Of course, we will be seeing Yooka-Laylee again on Thursday. We're going to have 2 solid hours of some Yooka-Laylee action. Shane and I will be playing the game Brawl Out, which guest stars Yooka-Laylee, and we will be playing. Yooka-Laylee will be on the screen at all times, and then I will be playing Impossible Lair. So more Yooka-Laylee coming your way. But it's fun to revisit this game, and I really want to play it through again, and I think I'm going to do that later this summer. Anyway, Jeff, you need to play it again.
I do, and I'm gonna. You've inspired me. Watching it has got my appetite whetted.
Yeah, it is a fun game, and I think it didn't live up to the hype, but that's okay because the hype was unrealistic.
It was
for it.
toxic hype.
It was Toxic Hype. Once you separate the hype from the game, it's like, oh, you know what? This is a solid, crunchy little game, and I like to put my belly pit